by homogeneity of equations, right? So an equation, a physical equation, is said to be homogeneous, right? A physical equation is said to be homogeneous when the base units of each term on the right hand side are identical to the base units of each term on the left hand side. Okay, so a physical equation is said to be homogeneous if and only if the base units are matching for all the terms. If you can choose one term from the left hand side and one term from the right hand side of any equation, and when there's a match between those in terms of the base units, then it means that the equation is homogeneous. And I'm sure we're familiar with the 7 base units that we have, the fundamental ones. Okay, there are 7 of them. So I'm just going to give you an example of how maybe you can show that an equation is homogeneous. For instance, let's say we have, right, examples. Let's say we have F equals ma. This is Newton's second law, right? You want to prove or to show that this equation is homogeneous. So each time a question asks you to show that in an equation, a physical equation is homogeneous, you consider the left hand side, all the terms on the left hand side, and also the terms on the right hand side as well. Right, so from our left hand side, I'm sure you can see we have force, right, which is F. So what is the unit for force? In simple terms, the unit for force is Newton. But then we need to break down this Newton into its base form. The Newton in its base form, this is a derived quantity, of course. So you must be familiar again with the derived quantities. There are plenty of them. We only have 7 base quantities, but we have thousands of derived quantities. So this is kg, meter per second squared, right? And then when you look at the right hand side, we have a product of 2 terms there. Two quantities. So there is mass times acceleration. All right. So what are the units for mass? We know the unit for mass is kilogram. Then the unit for acceleration is meters per second squared. But these things are multiplying. These are multiplying. Then if you simplify this, what do we get? Kg meter per second squared. Now if you look at these two, you must realize that they are just matching, they are identical. So if you are to prove that a physical equation is homogeneous, you check the left hand side and the right hand side. In this case, we only had one term on the left hand side and one term on the right hand side. Of course, on the right hand side there is a product of 2 quantities, but that's just one term. So it's just a product of those two. You simplify, and then if they're matching, then it means this equation, yes, is homogeneous. This is a homogeneous equation.